Good morning. Getting ready for Pilates in 6 to 7 minutes. If you're joining me this morning, it's Pilates Core. We are focusing on the principles of control today. The principle of control. So, join in, get comfy, get your mat. Let me know if you can see me, and let me know if you can hear me as you hop in. Hi again, YouTube. Super close. I think that should do it. Good morning. Let me know who's hopping in. We're going to be doing Pilates Core in 5 minutes. So grab a friend, grab your mat. Good morning, my woman, over on Facebook. And we are doing Pilates Core today as part of our Pilates series. So just getting started, making sure you can see me, making sure you can hear me, and all is well with the world. So we'll start in 5 minutes. Until then, feel free to chat with me. I'm going to come a little closer so I can read what you guys are saying. Hey, YouTube. How's it going? Drop a note and let me know who's here. Say hi. Hi, guys. Good morning. Again. So we're going to do Pilates Core today. We're going to focus on the principle of control. So as much as I would love to play Janet Jackson this morning, copyright. Awesome. Thank you. So we're going to focus on control, which is another principle of Pilates. It's going to take control. Imagine that. So we're going to be focusing on precise, tight movements, making sure that our core, our alignment, and our breath are under control before we add bells and whistles of levers and appendages. Good morning, Jessica. Hello, beautiful. So stay with me. Like I said, we're going to start in 4 to 5 minutes. So Pilates Core today. If you are in need of any kind of modifications for diastasis recti or pelvic floor dysfunction, I'll be sure to drop those in today. Not all exercises in the Pilates mat repertoire are for you. So I will give you modifications. Please do them. It will work on your alignment, your breath, and your control without exasperating those issues and making them potentially worse or drawing more pressure into the abdominal wall. In fact, we want to start to regulate pressure through our practice of Pilates. Good morning. So let me know if you're dropping in. 4 minutes to go. Let me know if you have any questions tomorrow at 8:30 for yoga. We are doing the solar plexus again, so more core work, but in a yoga way. And then on Thursday, we are going to be doing Pilates again, also in the core series. And I think that one is flow is up next in the Pilates principles. So it'll be flowing through what we've been building on the past couple of classes, breaking them down. Now we'll get to kind of piece them all together and just make them like beautiful flow. And then on Friday is bar at 8:30. We're going to go with the vintage rock vibe. So that'll be fun. And Saturday is yoga. And we'll be at that point working up more and more into just a lot of intestinal cleansing, diaphragmatic work, all with yoga poses and prana or pranayama practices. So that'll be on Saturday. So a lot of this going on this week, like right here. So 3 minutes. Drop me a question. Talk to me over here. Thanks. You too. 2 of them today. If you guys need a total body workout, something that's a little more Spartan based, but don't let that scare you because he's really great at modifications and doing all those things that you need to do. You can check out Phoenix Personal Training. He has a Facebook page, and he also is doing online live classes as well. So you can register for those, and those are usually around noonish, I think. So if you need something a little more burpees and lifting and boot camp and all that stuff. Talk to Kid at Phoenix. Good morning, Mary. How you doing? We're starting in 2 minutes. Go grab a friend. I put it back on my Facebook page for Reform Pilates Yoga, so it's open to the public. Get a lot of traction that way. You guys can invite your friends. They don't have to be a part of the group quite yet. And I think I figured out the security issues, so we should be good. So 2 minutes, Pilates. Here we go. By the way, next week, good morning, Amy. Great, thank you. Next week, I am scheduled to go back to my regular office job. So unless something saves me, I will be going back Monday through Thursday. So Fridays and Saturdays, I can still do live classes for you guys. But Monday through Thursday, I'll be either working or homeschooling or a combination of both. So it is what it is. Anyway, a minute left. Welcome this morning. If you're just hopping in, because I see you guys like boop, 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 popping in here. Then we are here for Pilates Core. Today's focus is going to be control. So really focusing on our alignment, our breath, which are from the previous classes, and then the control of our movement from those principles. And then tomorrow for yoga, we're going to be working into more solar plexus work. Thursday will be Pilates flow, the principle flow. Friday will be bar, vintage rock bar. And Saturday will be more yoga flow, moving on up into the body, into the higher solar plexus, the lower heart chakra. So really getting into the diaphragmatic movement, the breath connected to your flow in yoga, that sort of stuff. So, and also a lot of like twisting and just cleaning out that intestinal sludgy energy if you've been a little too much Netflix and snacking. So we get all that to open up for you. All right, it is time to start. So we're actually going to start at the top of our mat today, or on our feet, back of the mat in Pilates land. So come on back here with me at the back of the mat and find yourself with your feet sits bones width apart, hands by your side. And it doesn't have to be quite Tadasana. You don't have to be charging your fingertips, but just kind of let your fingers dangle, let your shoulders encouraged, to be heavy. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And then I want you to do that for me again. A deep breath in and then sigh it away. Now, as you inhale, rise up onto the toes, heels lift off the floor, straight up through the ankle. As you exhale, let the heels melt back down towards the earth. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, melting back down. Try to, as you inhale, rise up, going straight up through the crown of your head instead of leaning forward, and then straight back down through your heels. Let's try that again one more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lowering down. Beautiful. Now let's bring the heels together. Should be just a slight V, not a huge open first position. We're going to open up the heels as if you're opening up the drawbridge of the foot. Exhale, set it right back down. Good. Maybe you want to add in some arms. So inhale, you lift the hands. Exhale, you bring the hands down. However, if that makes your tailbone go out and your body lean forward, bring it back in close. Okay? Maybe you just bring your hands to heart center and your hands float down. Because again, we're talking about control. Controlling the movement from the center out. A little opposite of yoga where we talk about drawing the energy from the outside in. That's why they make beautiful cousins. They complement each other, yin and yang. So from here, go ahead and keep the feet in the V position. Take a deep breath in. Do reach your hands up high. And on your exhale, I want you to roll your head down. And before you just collapse over, think about keeping the backs of your legs against that imaginary wall. Roll down, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale all the way at the bottom, and then exhale, tuck the tails under towards the heels. Roll back up the spine. Place that back on the wall. And then inhale at the top. Take the heels, bring them out to parallel. So your feet are on parallel rails. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, tuck the chin. Roll down one beautiful bone at a time. Inhale at the bottom. Hi, guys. Then exhale, stacking back up. And then, just for fun, bring your toes in together. Your heels are still sits bones width apart. Deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, roll down one bone at a time till you feel your sits bones lift up and away from the toes and the heels. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone back under, roll back up through the legs, all the way to the top. Bring the toes back out to parallel position. Feet are in parallel rails. Deep breath in here. On your exhale, one more roll down. We're going to stay down there this time. So rolling down, let the hands connect to the earth. Bend your knees if you need to. Walk your hands out. Finding your plank, take a deep breath in. Now you have an option here. You can bring one knee in, cross it down, then cross the other ankle and sit. Or you can pop the ankles in so that you're cross-legged, if you will, and then you roll right back to your butt. Did you make it there? Hopefully. If you flubbed it up a little bit, guess what? Nobody's watching you. Everybody's just watching me, so you're safe, right? The beauty of non-Zoom is no one else can see what you just did. So sit up nice and tall. Have those feet in their parallel rails. Take a deep breath in. Reach your hands up. Now, from this control, think about tucking the tail under. You'll feel your sits bones scoop under, rolling you off the weight of your tailbone, rolling you through the length of your sacrum, and then stack back up. Good. Now, if you have diastasis recti, if you have lower back issues, then keep your hands right here. As you roll back, your arms can create a little tension, a little arm curl, to help your abdominals reinforce that control so they're not just hanging on all by themselves. Let's do it again. Inhale, sit at the top, and exhale down to the bottom. Occasionally I get this weird warning. So inhale up at the top, and exhale that control. Hands are optional here. If diastasis recti or lower back issues are commonplace for you, use your hands to help zip the belly in. Inhale, coming back to the top. We're going to take it a little bit further. And if you have diastasis recti, I want you to do just 4 of the scoops, then make your way onto your side, roll down onto your back. Don't follow us through the half, okay? But this is the hip, where we just roll to the hip. Now roll to the half. That's to the waist. And then roll back up. Inhale. Exhale, hip, half, stack back up. Again, if you have those lower back issues, if you have diastasis, then I want you to stay in the hip and maybe you just hold for an extra smidgen and breathe. Everybody's going to give me one more here. If you have DR, just make your way to your hip. Then use your hands to roll to your side and lie down. If you don't, you're going to follow me to half and then all the way down to the shoulders. Good. From here, let's place those hands by your side. Good. If you have DR, I want you to keep your head and your shoulders down for this. If you don't, you're going to follow me through the whole thing. Let's bring our knees into tabletop position. Bending at the knees slightly, the feet can be a little elevated. If you have lower back issues or DR, bring your legs in closer, more like the fetal position here. If you have DR, keep your head down. If you don't, you're going to lift your hands up. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, working from that core, drawing all points back behind that belly button, you're going to hold here and begin to pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that rhythm. Keep that rhythm. Maybe your head is down here because of that DR. Maybe your legs are close. I want you to focus on the alignment of your spine. Are you breathing in and out? And can you pump that breath? If you're up here and you're getting tired and you're holding onto your neck, set your head back down on your next inhale. And as you exhale, lift your head and shoulders by engaging those ribs towards your core. Inhale, you can lower the head. Exhale, you lift the head. We all have 3 more rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower the head and the shoulders gently. Take the feet to the floor. Walk them out about 6 bones width apart. Lower your left leg to the floor. Lower your right leg to the floor. Lift your hands upright. Take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, nod your chin towards your chest. Roll yourself up all the way to that roll over. Now, my DR folks, this is not for you. Okay. So your option here is to actually take your hands behind your head and focus on just this subtle rib to spine and lower. Rib to spine and lower. And if the roll-up is difficult for you, maybe you meet us here as well, where you see if you can start to get that heaviness in the spine. If the roll-up is for you, go ahead, find that control of drawing up and into those abdominals. Fill your back here on your inhale. On your exhale, tuck those hips. It says just like at the beginning, hip, half, 3/4, all the way down. Inhale, exhale. Now again, if you have DR or lower back issues, if this isn't possible for you, I want you to focus on just that abdominal flexion at the bottom of the mat where only the head and shoulders are lifting. Another option as we do 3 more together is to bring your knees into a bent position, feet far away from your hips. Come up through and see if you could roll your hands up your thighs and maybe you use them to get to the top. And then as you exhale, that same precision of hip, half, 3/4. But that's not for DR still. Okay, DR, we're still just right here, meeting our body where it's at, working on just knitting back together the tension of that linea alba and no more. It will eventually heal and you will be better. Now, everyone else, I didn't forget about you. Meet me back on the mat. That should have been your 3rd one. From here, place your hands down by your sides. I have to imagine I have this whole room of imaginary friends here. I can see you all as I teach this class, so it's always fun. We're going to go to the roll back next time, or roll over. So let's bring the knees together. Feet are bent. Bring one leg to tabletop position, the other leg to meet it. Now, option here for DR, for lower back, or just, gosh, my core hasn't worked in a long time. I'm going to ask you to just focus on drawing in the points from the hips to the ribs. So think of that breath. Inhale, expanding the waist. As you exhale, when you draw in to that point deep beneath your belly button, you'll be able to lift your hips off the ground. And I'd like you to try to slow it down and control it. So it's not just a pump. It is a intentional control of emptying the breath and feeling the lift and buoyancy of the hips. Inhale, exhale, lift. Now stay there for 4 to 5 more reps. If it's in your practice to do the full exercise, take those legs out of the length. Inhale here. On your exhale, as your breath empties, you can take your legs up and over, spread to shoulder width, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, the feet meet at the bottom. Make sure the shoulders are melted. Exhale, up and over. Spread the legs to shoulders. Inhale, roll down. With control, circle the legs. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, rolling down. And 1 more time. Pulling in, pulling in, pulling into the abs. Good. Now, everybody bend your knees. Take your hands behind your thighs and then press your thighs into your arms. Now create some tension. Create that arm curl and nod your chin towards your chest. Even if you have diastasis recti, you can do this one. It's rocking chair. So rib line to pants line, rib line to pants line. And I'm creating tension by pushing my thighs into my hands, but my hands resist. Now, if it's in your practice, for 6 more reps, get in here nice and tight and close and roll. Roll. I didn't pull my hair up and I'm sliding on my hair. Literally. 3 more. Inhale into the back. Exhale, pull the air out of your belly. In here. Exhale. Hold. How you doing? Take those legs out. Good. Now from here, take a nice deep breath in, roll down hip, half, might be a little easier now that your abs are warm. Always use your side to the back if you have DR there. And now let's go into leg circles. Bring the right knee up. Bring it over your hip bone here at first. Flex the left foot, pull those toes back towards your shins. Energize the left leg. We're going to start making circles. And right now I have everybody in the knee bent position because I want you to focus on the control of scooping the leg bone out and away, and then exhale, pulling it up and in. Inhale, exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach around. Exhale, pull in. Now, if it's up to you, if you're able to straighten that leg, go ahead and do so. But notice if it pulls into your lower back. Notice if it changes the shape of your spine. If it does, bring it back to a bent knee. You have one more here. Now hold. Bend the knee even if your leg is straight. Let's reverse that direction. For 4 together, we're going to go out to the outside first, laterally to your right. Roll around through to center, up through the left side, and over the rib cage. Circle down, around, and up. Out, down, over, up. Out, so clockwise. Now, stay right there with that control, keeping the spine engaged, keeping that small space in the back, or if it's up to you, let's take a few more here with the long leg. Again, we're not flinging the leg. You should feel all those core muscles really kicking in to control the shape of the spine, to keep the ribs down, away from flaring towards the ceiling, and then pull that knee in. Give it a nice tight squeeze. Lengthen the right leg down towards the floor, flex that foot. So now the right leg is engaged. Bring the left knee towards. Maybe give it a stretch, and then tell that knee to go out there over your hips. From here, we're going to go over, down, around, and up. Over the body, cross over, reach down, around, and up. Notice if the small space in your lower back is changing. Notice if your ribs flare, especially as your leg lifts away. If you're able to control all of that, take your leg long. Circle over, around, and up. Over, around, and up. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull. 2 more. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull. Last one. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull. Bend the knee. Reverse the direction, coming back into that control, checking back in with your internal air pressure. Take a nice deep breath in. As you take the leg out to the side, circle it around, exhale, pull it back up through center. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, through center. Out and down, through center. One more time, keeping that shape in the small of the back. Keep your ribs relaxed. Extend the leg. If you're still able to control the spine and control the ribs and control the breath, the leg can stay long. If any of those things start to suffer as you breathe in and breathe out, you might want to bring your leg back to a bent position. We have one more here. Bend that knee in. Beautiful. Now, grab a hold of that knee. Place both hands over the kneecap, all right there at the top of the shin. And then I want you to go ahead and use that shin, pull yourself upright. Now, if you have diastasis recti, keep your head down for this one. Okay, you're going to do the same leg motion, but with your head and shoulders down. Otherwise, let the knee pull into the arms. The arms kind of tense up here as well. Lift your right leg slightly, and then flatten out the shin of your left leg. So it looks like a 90-degree angle to the floor. All right, now from here, you're going to squeeze that knee in, stretch, stretch, pull, stretch, stretch, pull. Inhale, and then exhale. Little sip of air, exhale. Little sip, exhale. Inhale. And this pump is coming from me emptying my breath a little bit more. Control the diaphragm. Control the core. Good. Hold both knees in. Still keep your head down if you have DR, but you can do the same leg motion. Extend the right leg. Take a hold of that right leg by the shin or by the calf, and then let's take the left leg out. You're going to pull up, pull the leg towards you, engage the core. This is your exhale, switch, 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 switch. Again, you can do this with your head down. And I'm trying to focus on keeping the small of my back in its same shape as I take the legs through the range of motion. Now pull both knees in. Good. Pull them in a little bit tighter. Push into those knees. Lift that head a little bit higher. See if you can stay in that flexion. Accept my DR, folks. Head and shoulders down. Otherwise, the same motion. I'm going to stretch the arms and the legs out. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Look like a smiley face. Exhale, pull. Inhale, reach. Turtle and a half shell. Smiley face. Turtle and a half shell. Good. One more time. Last one here. And then let that head rest for a moment. Go ahead and look to your left. Look to your right. We're going to go into a little crisscross action. Now, for my DR folks, I want you to keep your feet down. And you can, for this one, bring your hands behind your head and come up just a smidgen, so that those ribs connect down towards the linea alba. And you're going to just gently drop your left upper arm towards the floor and then spiral through that compressed rib cage and then come to right upper arm on the floor, center. This is it. Keep those elbows wide so you can't see your elbow at any time. If you do not have DR, you're going to bring your legs to tabletop position. Take a deep breath in with your hands behind your head. Engage those ribs down towards the spine to lift the head and shoulders. As your right leg extends out on the diagonal, cross your right armpit toward your left knee. You won't touch most likely, but that's the trajectory. Come back through to center, both knees in. Reach the left leg out, cross, left armpit to right knee, and then back through center. And repeat. Twisting to each side, being careful to avoid jerking on your head and your neck. You want to keep it fluid, that you feel that rotation and flexion through the rib cage at all times. Back through center, and then twist, back through center, and twist, back through center, and twist. And then relax. Let those feet go to the floor. Take your knees to the left and to the right for a moment. Windshield wiping there with the knees. And then that same motion we're going to take into some ab work. So let's bring your hands down by your sides. Let's bring the right leg to tabletop and the left leg to meet it. Squeeze those knees together. And this is important. Imagine you have a dollar bill there and you do not want to drop it. As you take your hips up and over towards the left, you should not go all the way to the floor because your right shoulder should stay on the floor. You're looking at the ceiling. You're going to come back through to center. Make sure the knees are still over your hips, not over your belly. And then twist over towards the right. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, twist. Inhale back through center. And exhale, twist. Inhale through center. And exhale, twist. Inhale through center. Shoulders stay down. Just feel those hips rotating up and over, wringing out the waist. And now let's add some fun to this. So as you twist, hold. Extend the legs long. Bend the knees. Come back through center. The breath will be like this. We'll exhale to twist to the left. Inhale to extend the legs out, reaching across the room. Exhale to bend the knees. And then inhale to come back through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, stretch the legs. Bend the knees as you exhale. Inhale back through center. Focusing on control. Twist. Lift those legs long. Bend the knees. Inhale back through center. And again, exhale, twist, wringing the waist. Inhale, stretch the legs. Exhale, pull the knees into a bent position. And come back through center. Hold. Extend the legs up. Come to a Pilates V. So heels are squeezing together. You should have a small V in the inside rails of your feet. Hold there. Keep your head and shoulders down. Feel where your back is right now. Can you lengthen your lower back slightly? Or maybe you need to pull your abdominals in and scoop your low back, pressing into the floor to an imprint. That's okay too. Keeping the legs long and sturdy, start to extend the legs out on the diagonal, just the diagonal, no lower, and then exhale, pull them right back up. Inhale on the diagonal, exhale right back up. Now I notice right away as my legs lower down, my rib cage wants to flare up towards the ceiling, and I have to really engage my upper core to hold the steadiness of my rib cage so I don't pull my spine all out of alignment. Exhale, pull. Can you give me one more? And exhale, pull. And go ahead and bring those knees to a bent position, hands behind the thighs. Press the thighs into the hands. Put that crook of strength in your elbows, opposing those thighs as they press, and start your rocking chair. Even safer DR, rocking chair until you can rock all the way up. From here, take yourself back into the center of your mat. Extend your legs long and about hip width, if not a little wider apart. Good. From here, hands reach up high. Make sure your spine is long. Set your posture against that imaginary wall. You might feel those hip flexors tensing. If so, try to shake it out a little bit and engage instead your tush muscles. See how it takes the tension out of your hip flexors slightly. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, like you were peeling off that wall earlier, you're going to draw the abdominals up and away from your thighs, up away from your upper legs to fold your body over. Now I want you to keep your hands parallel to the floor for today. So reaching down. Okay, so parallel with those ears right between the biceps. Inhale here, feel your back expand. Exhale, draw the waist in even more to lift yourself back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll the body. Roll the body by pulling the abdominals up and in. Inhale into your back. Exhale, stack all the way up. So when I say draw the abdominals up and in, really I want you to focus on in and up. All right? In and up, and it's not a compression, a squeezing. It is a flow of breath. So it's just as important that when I say inhale, to let your ribs open, let your breath flow into your waist and flow into your pelvis, and then exhale, feel like a syringe, right? Pulling liquid out of a syringe. You're pulling through the syringe. Inhale, fill up the syringe. Exhale, pull back through the syringe. Inhale at the top. Exhale, flow over. Inhale, fill up. And then exhale. That gives you a stronger recoil, but a good fluid one instead of you just got punched in the gut up and in. Okay? We want to avoid that. So let's bring the feet together. And make sure your feet are as if they're against the wall, right? So the entire footprint against the wall, including your toes if you can. So often we always pull our toes back towards our shins. See if you can stretch the tops of your feet so that your 10 toe pads would touch the wall. Now from here, you have the option of taking your arms out on the T or the arms behind the head, or you can even bring your arms into the hands. In fact, everybody meet me there today. I teach this a lot on the reformer. People love it. Because they tend to twist their sacrum more than they actually work the waist. So let's bring those hands together at heart center. Sit up tall. If the hip flexors are tight, remember the tush is probably asleep, so draw the sits bones up and in, perch your tush. Now tell your right hand to push into your left hand, but keep those hands right in front of your sternum. That's the key. Otherwise, I just shove my arms to the side. So left hand is going to resist. It's a solid wall. Right hand's going to push into that wall, push into that wall, push into that wall. Keep the feet side by side, knees side by side. Don't lean back. Stay upright. Feel it in your waist. That's where it should always be. Come back through center. And now the left hand is going to push into that right wall of the hand. Push, push, breathe. Inhale as you recoil back to center. Exhale, left hand is holding against the right hand as it pushes, pushes, pushes. Come back through center. And then we breathe, exhale. Inhale back through center. So find that hand that wants to push. Find the hand that wants to oppose. Control the movement. And back through center. Are you still perched on your tush, or have you let your sits bones go slack? If so, you're going to feel this hip flexor screaming at you. Exhale, twist. Inhale back through center. And exhale, twist. Inhale back through center. Exhale, twist. Last one here. Coming back through center, now take those feet as wide as your mat. Good. Place your hands in front of you. I like to teach saw in this way because it helps people find all of the nerdiness of where Joseph Pilates wanted the hands to be. So I like to teach it with this method so that you can learn how to really control the breath and all of the lines of the movement. So next class, we'll do this like a standard flow. So pay attention today. Thursday's your pop quiz. Hands are together. Sitting up tall. Are your hip flexors sore? What do you need to do? Perch the tush. Now, on your inhale, you are preparing. On your exhale, twist your hands towards the left. On your inhale, sweep the arm back. So I just swept it back like a toy soldier. Now that pinky's high and this thumb is high on the front hand. On my next exhale, I'm going to pull those abdominals up and in to flex me over my left leg, and notice that your pinky is coming towards your pinky toe. So pinky of the hand towards the pinky of the toe. Now saw. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up, connect the hands. Exhale, twist over the right leg. Inhale, sweep the right hand back. Exhale, fold over the right leg, and then saw. But the saw isn't just a bounce. It is a pumping of the breath. So you inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach the arm back. Exhale, you go over, and we pump, pump, pump every little bit of air out. Inhale, up. Twist over the right on your exhale. Sweep the arm back. Inhale. Exhale, fold over, and we pump. 2, 3. Get rid of that breath. Inhale, up. We have one more on each side. Twist on your exhale to the left. Sweep the left hand back. Exhale, pull the abdominals back and in, and then pump the air out. Sit back at the top as you inhale. Exhale, twist over the right. Inhale, sweep the right arm back. Exhale, tuck in. 1, 2, 3 breaths out. Inhale, come up to center and relax for a moment. How do you feel there? So all of that work is pretty precise and tight. So then we like to do a little rocker afterwards just to kind of let everything go a little bit. So let's go into some open leg rocker work. So let the feet stay as wide as the mat. Let the feet stay away from your hips for a moment so we're not pulling the feet in super close. Sit up nice and tall, perch your tush bones. Good. On your exhale, I want you to roll to the hip and not quite the half, so just the hip. Feel like you're teetering off of your tailbone and you're there on the bottom of your sacrum. Now, pull the toes in closer. Can you balance here as you bring your shins to the top? Now, for some of you, this is a great place to be. Just stay here. For others, you might be able to rock with this. Rock back, rock up. And you can keep the shins flat and keep this V of the torso and the thigh bone. So I'm not pulling my knees in and out. I'm using my core to pull me back and pull me up. So I'm keeping that frame of the legs and the torso. Some of you might want to come up to the long legs. So you grab a hold of those ankles. And this is open leg rocker. So then you would rock back. However, when you rock back, do not go to your head. Stop at the bra line. The moment you feel your bra line, exhale into your belly to get back up. So inhale here. Exhale up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale up. One more time. Inhale back. Exhale up. And then go ahead and let those feet down. Beautiful job. Let's roll over onto our belly for a moment. Some of our posterior chain work, probably some of my most favorite components of Pilates actually. So let's get onto the belly. And from the belly, we're going to start with a little swan dive prep. And I like this, even for my DR folks, because it really helps work into linea alba tension recalibration, if you will. So let's take the hands to just in front of the shoulders. You're going to look out over the front end of your mat. Now be careful here. Check in with the back of your neck. Are you creating extra wrinkles in the back of your neck? If so, lengthen your neck so that it feels like you're trying to shoot energy through the crown of your head, not the nose. From here, press the pubic bone into the floor, not because you're going to clench your gluteals, but because you're going to draw in the abdominal muscles of the waist. Feel how it like shifts your pubic bone closer to the floor. And that's sufficient. That's what we want. Now inhale, rise up. And exhale, float back down. So if you're a yogi, this will look very much like we're just lifting and lowering from cobra and back. And you would be correct. Pilates studied yoga at one point in his life, and a lot of yoga made its way into his method. He also was a circus performer at one point, and so we have a lot of animal names. Plus, he loves studying animal movement because it's so pure, and they don't tend to mess it up by sitting and watching too much TV, etc. So he loved animals. So that's why we have swan dive. So you should feel as if you're a beautiful swan, the chest and the neck lifting up out of the water and then back down. Now, if you're used to Pilates, you know that this is actually swan dive. So to prepare for that, even if you're new to Pilates, you can pull up. Now watch me do it before you do it because I don't want you to smack your face on the floor. But after you rise up, my pubic bone is down, my core is engaged. I'm going to let go of my hands and keep my legs stiff, and then I'm going to catch myself on my hands again. So it looks like this. I'm going to let go and reestablish the hold. Let go, reestablish the hold. Now notice I'm keeping my pubic bone pressing forward, sacrum locked in, legs stiff. Okay? So that's an easy way to do it. Now eventually that becomes the full dive, where you don't recatch your hands. You just dive and keep rocking on the body. If that's in your practice, go for it. Okay? So you would press up and then release. Lift. 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 And land. So you can see where Pilates can be categorized and a little friendly for all. And you can work your way up. All right? So from here, everyone meet me on. So after swan dive, it's nice to kind of just get all that tension out. So elbows to the floor. You can place the palms or put your hands in prayer, whichever. But the important thing is you press the elbows into the floor, roll your shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades towards your spine for an active upper body engagement. Now notice if your belly is being lazy, for lack of better words. Draw your waist muscles up and in. Feel how your rib cage comes back towards your spine and your core is on. That's what we want. And now those feet are sits bones width apart. I'm going to flex my right foot or right knee so that my foot comes towards my butt. As I do that, notice if your ribs want to just get slacked again. Like oppress the floor, go against the floor. And then pulse and lower. It's pull in, flex the foot, lower. Lift, flex, lower. Lift, flex, lower. Lift, flex, lower. So find that tempo. That's a waltz. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And it's all about the hamstring. So I could let my core go lazy, my shoulders go lazy, and I could just like, as I'm pumping those legs in, I'm just kind of like sloshing on my hips. But the pubic bone is a firm foundation into the floor so that the work goes into the hamstring. One more on each side, please. And now, lower down. Take those elbows wide. From here, take those hands behind the body. All right, like you're getting arrested. Hopefully never, but you know what I'm saying. And then from here, with those feet sits bones width apart, lengthen through the crown of the head again, not the nose. So take the wrinkles out of the back of your neck. Lift through the heart. Lift through the legs. And if it's in your practice, you can clasp the hands and reach. And then as you come down, everyone, you can keep your arms straight, or if the bent arm is better for you, whichever one, the hands relax. And we pump a hamstring curl, lift up, extend the legs, extend the heart, press into the back, and then exhale, take the other cheek to the floor and pump the hamstrings in. Inhale, reach, grow long, fly off that floor. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And if you want a little inner thigh work, bring your legs together and don't let them separate as you lift. And then even as you curl and pump, keep the squeeze tight. Inhale, lift. Exhale, keep the squeeze tight. Let's do one more on each side. I mean, come on. You know, it's probably like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, but you probably need it because you've probably been sitting far too much. Now bring the body to center. Take the hands, press yourself back. Good. Take a little child's pose for a moment, and then I want you to meet me on your side, whichever side allows you to see me. Or we'll eventually flip, it's fine. Okay, option here is that before we go into like laying on the floor like we do in classical, I want you to stay on your elbow. And I want you to pull those ribs in so that you create this beautiful triangle. And I like this for people because it's a very standard, safe way to build your upper body strength for exercises to come without stressing out your upper body. So think, push the floor away, keep this little cave here. Bottom leg is slightly bent, top leg comes to just hip height, no higher. With your exhale, you're going to draw the hip and the ribs closer together by this muscular contraction, not because you flexed your spine and got shorter. And then inhale, keeping that width and that length. You're going to pull the leg back by contracting that gluteal. So exhale, the muscles pull in, the spine does not flex. Inhale, glute takes the leg back. Exhale, abdominals pull the leg through. Inhale, glutes take the leg back. Exhale, engage. Keep your head long. So if you're listening to the bird on your top shoulder right now, put your head back out length. So reaching energetically through the diagonal planes. Check back in with your bottom shoulder. Are you hollowing out your armpit and pushing the floor away? And above all else, are you breathing? I once had a lady yell at me in class after class. She was like, you forgot to tell me to breathe. Like, you stopped cueing breathing. I'm like, I have all these other things to cue. Please tell me you're still breathing, okay? One more time. And then pull this in. Good. Let's switch to the other side. I'll save all the booty burning leg work for bar. You'll have to come back and see me in bar, okay? We'll kick your tail a little bit there. So let's bring that elbow. It's just slightly in front of the shoulder. I'm going to pull the armpit up and in. I'm going to engage the bottom abs. I'm going to keep that bottom leg bent. And then the top leg only as high as my hip, no higher. The abdominal muscles draw in. It's very easy to make yourself shorter here. You're going to feel yourself like cave in. Avoid that. Make your core work for it. Spine stays long and strong as the abdominals pull that space in. Inhale back. The glutes are fired up here. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, we pull it in. So that control, check back in with your shoulder, check back in with your bottom waist. Can I control the movement? A plus B always equals C. Alignment, am I staying tall and long? Am I breathing? That's the B. And then that will equal control. Good. And we're all set there. How do you guys feel? Pretty good? All right, so let's go back to the hands for a moment. We're going to do some leg pull front. Now, if diastasis recti is in your life right now and you cannot plank, okay, now listen, unless I have my hands on you, I actually like lie down on the floor on my back and I poke bellies and feel for abdominal pressure and linea alba tension while people are planking. So I test you. For some people, planking actually is helpful to heal their DR, and for about half of the people, it's not. So it just depends on your body and what you have going on. If planking is not for you or you're not sure, stay on the safe side and stay on a knee. And you're going to do leg pull front from here with one knee down. If you want more balance, take those toes of that support foot and flatten the foot. And then just one leg is going to come up and down. You can go ahead and get started here and give me a few extra reps if you have DR or pelvic floor dysfunction or pelvic organ prolapse or just lower back issues, or maybe you have wrist and shoulder issues where planking is just simply not your friend right now. I want you to be here with me. And you're going to give me a few extra reps while I get everybody else into the other options. So if planking is your friend, spread those hands. Come into those straight arms. Do not hyperextend the elbows. Keep some tension in the biceps. Take the left foot out. Take the right foot out to meet it. There's your plank. Get the butt lower than the shoulders. It shouldn't be up here. We're not down dogging. Take the toes under on the left foot and then lift for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring the knee to rest. Bring the other knee to meet it. Everybody take a moment. Shake the water off your hands. We're going to do the other side. As a review, for lower back issues, no plankers, DR, pelvic floor dysfunction, you name it. If planking is not your friend right now or you're not sure, this time keep your left knee down, take your right foot back, and then you're going to just lift and lower. Now, notice I'm not going to kink the back and round the back, kink the back and round the back, because all that's doing is manipulating my spine. It's not doing a thing for my core or my glutes. So I want you to keep that back still. And I want you to juice the peach, okay, right there where the glutes meet the hamstrings. Now keep going. Your inhale is down, your exhale is up. And if planking's not an issue for you, you're going to meet me in the next part of this, and everyone else is going to keep doing what you're doing. So take the left foot out to meet it, the right foot out, plank. Do not hyperextend your elbows. Right foot goes under. We lift for 6. 1, 2, 3, breathe, exhale, exhale, bring the knee down, bring the left to meet it. Cross your ankles, right there behind you, just cross your ankles, don't care which is on top, and then roll yourself back over your legs until your butt touches the floor and your feet are in front of you. From here, take the legs out long. Couple of options for the arms, and this is safe for everyone to do, okay, by the way. But if you find that the straight leg version is simply not accessible to you today, then you're going to bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, and you're going to end up pressing here into this short bridge, okay, in the nice rectangle shape. All right, if the long leg is an option for you, you take your legs out. When you press down through the feet and up through the hips, our goal is to try to get our feet flat to the floor. Okay, opening up that front body. Options to keep your hands out, fingertips over the edges of the mat. I really prefer for no one that you have your fingertips to the back edge of the mat. That's a hyperextension of the elbows. But I like fingertips towards my rear end because I like to open up that wrist stretch because of some upper body work that I do. So it's just a good counter strengthening exercise for me. So choose fingers over edge or fingers towards your tush. Choose bent knee or straight leg. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, making sure our shoulders are away from our ears and our shoulder blades are kind of hugging our spine. But in doing so, our ribs are still down towards our core. Now on your inhale, lift up. Exhale, float back to the earth. Everybody's going to give me 7 more. Lift up, float back down on the exhale. Now don't throw your head back. You're just going to look over the line of your body like you're just looking right above your belly button or down over your knees. I lost count, so let's just say 4 more. You guys know that if you've worked with me at all. I don't count, I cue. 2 more times. Last time. And lower back, down. Good job. Go ahead and float out of that for a moment. How do you guys feel? Now all of that's pretty tight, right? Arms are like, okay. So let's do a little seal. Plus, seal is fun. So you get to roll around on your floor and act like you're 3. If your kids are around, throw them on the floor and make them work out with you because they want to wrestle you on the floor anyway, okay? So feet are going to be wide. I'm going to go on a little bit of a diagonal here so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take my arms to the insides of my legs. Some of you are like, okay, Jamie, I can't even get there. All right, well, maybe bring your legs up to you. And you help your leg into the crook of your arm, like you're going to arm curl your leg, but instead you're going to hold onto your foot. And you're going to do it on the other side. So pull the arm in, and notice I have to sit back off of my sits bones here a little bit. So I can't be sitting in perfect posture. I'm going to be rounded back. Now my knees are in tight, and ladies, especially if you're flexible, don't let the knees hang out to the side. The knees are squeezing the shoulders. Likewise, the shoulders are kind of pressing out into the knees. And then you duck your head in. And then you roll. Again, not to your head. The second you feel your bra line or your rib line, for you gentlemen, you exhale, come back up. It'll look like this. I have to inhale back, by the way. Exhale. And I'm curled a little bit because I'm trying to talk, but inhale, exhale. Inhale back, clap, clap, clap the feet. Exhale, clap, clap, clap the feet. Hence the seal puppy. Inhale back, clap, 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 clap. Inhale back, clap, clap, clap. Exhale up, clap, clap, clap. Have fun with it. Be ridiculous. Why not? We live once. One more time. And up. Now, hold. Can you hold the legs there? Now, maybe you roll back. If you have DR, you're going to set your feet down. You're going to roll to your side. You're going to lie down. Otherwise, maybe you meet me in teaser, right? And take the arms diagonal of the legs, tuck the tail under, roll back, hip, half, 3/4, hold. Isn't that a lot of fun? All right, make your way to your side, everyone. We're doing okay? Let's do some side bend work. So options here, like we've talked about before, fingers will be away from the body. Hands slightly in front of the shoulder, you're making this triangle. Knees are slightly bent, and it should be so that your feet are in line with your bottom, not out in front of them. Now, if you're building your strength, you're going to stay here with the bent knees, and you're going to use those knees to push into the earth. Hand pushes into the earth, and you find a beautiful side bend, like you're making a rainbow with the upper outer edge of your body, and then you'll float right back down. Again, also for DR, this is great. If you just don't have the ability to zip the abdominals together yet, then be here. It will help you do that and build that strength without putting too much pressure in the linea alba. Now, the other option is to take those feet out. You can stagger top foot in the front, bottom foot in the back. Use the rails of the feet, press the legs long, push the floor away, and come up into the beautiful side bend here. And then come all the way back down. And I want 5 more from everyone. We breathe in. We breathe out. Where can you control the movement? That's the principle of today's practice. If that means you stay on your knees, you stay on your knees. 2 more times. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, we roll down. Last time, inhale, we roll up. Exhale, roll down. And now flip. All right, so hand to the front, knees slightly to the front of the mat. Feet should be in line with the body. If you're taking this short option, meaning shorter body, levers are in, which helps you control the core, here's where you are. If you'd like your legs longer, top foot to the front, bottom foot to the back, press the legs long, zip the inner thighs to lift up, and then come back down. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, come back down. We have 3 more here. Lift up, come back down. I always love these. I think they're just super delicious. Up, right back down. 1 more time. Inhale, reach, and exhale, pull. Beautifully done. This should feel pretty spectacular. So let's take ourselves now to our knees. Go through 1 more exercise, and I'm getting you to push ups, dang it. Okay, so let's take 1 foot out to the side. Mirror me, wherever you want to be, okay? So 1 knee is under me. Be careful to keep that hip over the knee. And then I'm flattening the foot using my pinky rail. Good. From here, let's go ahead and bend towards that long leg and up. And then I want you to take the knee that's on the ground, take that hand towards the floor. Don't collapse. And you're going to lift. Come back up and through, tuck over, back up and through, hand to the floor, exhale, lift. Can you control it from your center? Set the foot down with intention. Use your waist muscles to pull you up. Use your waist to pull you over. Don't collapse your head and get shrunk in the spine. Use your waist to pull you up with the breath. Use your waist to pull you over. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, engage. Inhale up, extending the spine, growing taller. Exhale, we lower and lift the leg. Back up through center. Good. Other side. We'll turn that into a side kick later on in the flow class on Thursday. Now, hands behind the head, flattening out that foot. Are you setting it with intention? Or is your hip over your knee on the support leg? On your breath in, grow taller and keep those armpits open. On your exhale, side bend. Inhale back through center. Exhale, side bend, other side. Place the hand, hover the foot up, getting that hip bone to work there. Set the foot with intention. Inhale back up and through. Exhale, we tuck. Inhale up, beast tall. Exhale, fold over the side. Lift the leg, come back up through center. And as you inhale, exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it to the side, lift. And then back up and through. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, flowing through to the side. Can you give me one more? Of course you can. You know you can. Take it down and through. Good. Now, keep that hand on the floor for a moment. Take that hand over to meet it. Good. Set the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Spread the hands wide and put a little flex in that arm muscle so that you're not hyperextending the elbows. Good. From here, walk your right knee back. Walk your left knee back. Notice that your heart has come behind your arms. Put your heart back in between the frame of your arms. So it'll feel like your hips are going to collapse forward, but if you draw your ribs in, draw your core in, zip your pubic bone towards your belly button, you hollow out that front body and you keep it up and away from the mat. Now here, start to bend the elbows right by your sides. And then press. Love how I snuck you right into the push-up, right? Bend the elbows. Press. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Imagine I'm standing in front of you and then pushing your shoulders back away from your ears as you bend the arms and press. We have one more time. Bend the arms and press. Send those toes into the earth. Send those hips back towards the sky. Walk your arms back. 1, 2, 3. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Stack your spine up. We get to do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck and roll. Inhale. Walk your hands out. Option here to do a straight leg Pilates push-up or simply float the knees to the earth. Hollow out the belly. Draw in the abdominals like there's a fire under you. Make sure your chest is between your arms. Lower to the floor and push. Good. Looking right out at the front end of your mat. Do not drop your head. Do not lift your head so that your nose is pointing towards the wall. Keep your spine in neutral. Press one more time. Send the hips back. Can you walk your hands back? Inhale at the bottom. Let the head hang. Exhale. Stack back up. Give me that one more time. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Tuck and roll. Inhale. Walk your hands out. Find your plank or your modified plank. 3 push-ups. Inhale. Sinking down. Exhale. Push the floor away. Inhale. Sinking down. Exhale. Push the floor away. Do not let your spine break its shape. That means you don't go as low, that's fine. Hips go back and up. Walk the hands back. Let the head hang here for a moment. Bend the knees slightly. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let your hands come to your elbows like you're going to hold your elbows. And then let your head dangle like a rag doll. Bend the knees a lot if you need to take pressure off the low spine and hamstrings. And then maybe just gently rock your upper body side to side over those firmly planted feet. Working out all those kinks. Inhale here at the center. Exhale, stack yourself back up. One vertebrae at a time. Here at the top, take an inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, let the hands just melt by your side. And again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let them melt. And one last inhale. Exhale. And you are all done for Pilates today. So congratulations, you made it. Join me tomorrow for yoga. We're going to be working more on that solar plexus, which is right here in the core again, but in the yoga fashion. So please come and check it out. See what you think about it. We'll see you on Thursday for more Pilates, doing Pilates flow. Friday is bar, vintage rock. And Saturday at 9:45 is more yoga. We're going to be working more into the heart chakra and the solar plexus. So keeping the fire in the belly while opening the heart. All right. Hopefully you guys have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining in. Have a wonderful day. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Krista.